I am a little bit irritated with the term give yourself grace because I feel like it's just left at that, right? You're experiencing something and you're holding on to something so tightly that it can be detrimental to you. And a response from a loved one is like, give yourself grace. And I'm just like, that is actually not enough. Like, yes, of course, give yourself grace, meaning like go easy on yourself and whatever that thing is. But here's where I think the piece is missing. But when the dust settles, explore what you're making that thing mean. So let me give you a tangible example that I feel like we can all kind of like understand generally. And so, for example, like moms, especially, I have a lot of friends who are new moms, and I feel like you feel like you have to do it all, right? Like you have to cook, clean, care for the newborn, work, give yourself some me time, all of the things. And you want to do all of those things 10 out of 10, but sometimes like that is actually impossible because life happens or it's just not as easy as maybe you thought it was. And so when people say give yourself grace in like whatever area that you're being really hard on yourself for, 100% do that. But I really think it's important that you take inventory of what you're making that thing mean that you're holding on to so tightly. What does it mean to you by not doing it the way you feel like you should be doing it? And why does that thing mean so much to you? What does it mean if you don't do it? And so for this example, does that mean you're not a good mom? Like, does it mean that, you're not a good partner or a good wife for not showing up 10 out of 10 in all of the things? Like when you can address that, when you can address what it is, and for this example, like, by not being able to do all of the things 10 out of 10, you can see like what the core issue is. And then from there, you can understand, well, this is what I'm making it mean. This is what I feel, and give yourself grace on that and exploring and healing around whatever that thing is. And so I want to give you guys this tangible example to like take inventory on what we make the expectations of ourselves mean and release ourselves or yourself from that bond. Like that's true grace. But if you don't understand what the bond is or what you're making it mean, you're going to end up in the cycle again where people are like, give yourself grace. Like it's just this like psychotic loop of like feeling like you have to do or hold on to whatever this thing is to your detriment. Someone says, give yourself grace. You're like, okay, like let me lower the bar a little bit. But then you end up back in the loop without addressing like, why did I get into this loop in the first place? Why is somebody telling me to give myself grace? So it's like knowing that you're still enough even when you fall short. And it might be truly a self-worth thing for most people, but I want you to like really think about it. So the next time someone tells you, give yourself grace, use that as a roadmap to dig a little bit deeper on what is it that you're holding on to that's being detrimental to you, and how can you release yourself, heal from whatever that perceived bond is, to like, transcend through being in another situation where someone is telling you to give yourself grace about the same thing. Anyway, that's my microdose of an episode for you guys. It is a pleasure spending like every day with you via this podcast. If you found this information helpful, or if you feel like it's aligned with you or aligned with anyone, share it with them, post it on Instagram, tag me. I love seeing all of the tags. I love like just being in this butterfly season community with you guys. So until next time.